You know, in any city, there's always that one person who holds the gavel, the person who, in a lot of ways, holds the city's future in their hands. Today, we're taking a look at Batavia, New York, to really unpack the unique and vital role of its mayor and what that actually means for the people who call it home.
So, who really runs the city? It seems like a simple question, right? The mayor, of course. But what if I told you that in a city like Batavia, the answer is way more complex and honestly, a whole lot more interesting than you might think?
To figure this out, we've got to look at the city's basic structure. See, governing Batavia isn't a one-person show at all. It's really a carefully balanced story of two very distinct but deeply connected roles. And the key to unlocking all of this is something called the council manager system. It's a model they've had in place since way back in 1958. The whole point is to basically separate the politics from the day-to-day administration. So you have an elected council that sets the big vision, the laws, the policies, the budget, and then you have a professional appointed manager whose only job is to make that vision a reality. And this division of labor is absolutely crucial. The mayor leads the elected council, focusing on that big picture, legislative stuff, the what and the why. The city manager, on the other hand, is an appointed pro who's all about execution, hiring people, running departments, making sure the city actually works. Think of it like this. The council designs the car, but the manager is the expert mechanic who keeps it running smoothly every single day.
Okay, so with that distinction clear, let's zoom in on the mayor's role. Because even though they're not managing the daily grind, their influence is immense. It's so much more than just a title.
The mayor is essentially wearing two hats. Yeah, they're the ceremonial head, the public face of the city, but way more importantly, they are the guiding voice for the entire city council. They're the one leading the team that sets the tone, the priorities, and the direction for all city policy. So how do they actually pull that off? Well, it breaks down into a few key functions. They run the council meetings. They set the agendas, which is huge, because that determines what even gets talked about. They facilitate public hearings so that your voice is part of the process. And maybe most importantly, they're out there fostering community engagement, acting as that vital bridge between the people and their government.
All right, so that's the theory. But how does this stuff translate into real-world impact for the folks in Batavia? This is where we get to see that legislative vision turn into actual policy in action.
And a perfect example of this is Batavia's Downtown Revitalization Initiative, or DRI 2.0. Under Mayor Eugene Jankowski's leadership, the City Council has been championing this massive project to totally transform the heart of the city. Now, this isn't just about making downtown look a little nicer. A DRI's is super competitive state grant that brings in millions of dollars for game-changing projects. For Batavia, the goals are huge, sparking the local economy, upgrading infrastructure, attracting new businesses, and developing new housing. This is exactly how a council's vision, steered by the mayor, can literally reshape a city for generations to come.
But great leadership isn't just about one splashy project. It's about looking ahead. It's about sustainability. And that's why the mayor and council are also deeply focused on long-term strategic planning, creating a clear roadmap for where Batavia is headed.
This breakdown of their priorities tells a really interesting story. Of course, financial health and economic development are right up top. That makes sense. But look at this. There's also a major focus on making government more efficient, ensuring public safety, and fostering vibrant neighborhoods. It's this holistic vision for what makes a city not just financially sound, but a genuinely great place to live.
So, we've seen the responsibilities and we've seen the results. Now let's talk about the kind of leadership style it takes to make all this happen. What you might call the guiding hand.
This quote really just nails the philosophy. A commitment to the stability and progress of Batavia through careful legislative action and strong council leadership. Stability and progress. Those are the two pillars, and they have to work together. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, this is not a job for impulsive decisions. It demands a really steady hand to navigate what can be complex, sometimes heated discussions among council members and the public. But at the same time, it requires a clear, unwavering vision for the city's future. The mayor has to be both a moderator and a navigator. And all of this brings us right to our final takeaway: the connection between how a city is governed and its ultimate destiny, and the profound impact that this very specific type of leadership can have. So in Batavia's council manager system, the mayor and the council are really the city's engine. They provide that democratic vision and that direction,
creating the framework that allows the city not just to function, but to adapt, to grow, and to truly thrive.
As we've seen in Batavia, the way a government is structured matters a lot. It's not just boring bureaucracy, it's the blueprint for the future. And that leaves us with one final crucial question to think about. How does clear, visionary leadership shape the destiny of the place that you call home?